Hello, everybody. This is Robbie, and welcome back to Neural Network November. And today we're taking another look at the Botnik Goosebumps thing. Now, then, last time we were stuck in this situation, with, and where we had to choose. And now, then, let's get out of this. So, if you like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified about my latest videos. If you like this video, hit the like button and comment about what you think of this. And let's begin. You reach into your back. Now then, we got a golden sword from the magician last time, so let's see. You reach into your backpack and dig around blindly. Where is it? Looking for a book you read about the danger of you dying, Sal asks. You both laugh. Finally! A joke that we could both laugh at instead of it just being insulting. And finally, you find it. You pull the sword out by its wooden handle. As if by magic, the long blade shimmers in the afternoon sun. The bus driver's jaw drops open. Where'd you get that? Zoe gasps. You stab Sal through the heart by way of an explanation. Oh, she nods. From a magician. How did that explain anything? All that happened was I just stabbed the person and it's like, oh, of course! You stabbed him! It must have come from a magician. Like, what? Anyway, Sal falls to the floor with a thud, and blood gushes out of his mouth, all over your face, shoulder, and hands. And just like that, the grains of sand at the end of your arms start transforming. Hail to the bus driver! His blood makes hands flesh again. Yes, all hail the dead bus driver. Now can we go to school? The skateboard says again. You think that's getting really annoying. Alright, the three of you enter school and skate right to the gym. Coach Curly is waiting for you at the door. There you are, Coach says, looking at his watch. Gee whiz, you smell like zombie, magic, frog, and death. So, Coach, I don't need any excuses. As Kit, he interrupts you. Did you bring the ball? You and Zoe grin at each other. If he only knew. You meet Brad out on the basketball field. You look smaller, he remarks. You remember you shrunk. I kind of forgot that too, not gonna lie. But that's good. Like the guy from the Hornets. Brad gives you a high five. Alright, don't know how that squished you. You go on to play the best game of your life. Brad, your tiny cousin, and the chatty skateboard are very impressed. After the game, Brad uses your new friend to do the world's coolest, scariest skateboard run. It never talks again. The end. Oof. Alright, that's one ending. Let's go back and do other choices then. What happens if we go to the clearing? Wait. Whoops, it was the same thing. Never mind. So what happened if we go to the dark, creepy, corpse-stinking jungle? Let's go farther into the darkness, you tell the others. I want to see what happens in there. They both give you odd looks, but no one wants to be a jerk. Okay, the skateboard finally says with a shrug, and everyone starts walking to their deaths. Great job. You're making me feel so confident about my voice. Also, how does a skateboard shrug? Before long, you are lost, wading through 3 feet of trees, hungry and thirsty and stressed. I'm sorry, you cry. This was ridiculous. This whole book is ridiculous. It's okay, Zoe consoles you. You never do the smart thing. The skateboard shouldn't have said yes. Yes, this is so consoling. It's okay. You never make the right decisions. Ever. Like, seriously, it would have been better if Zoe was like, you fucking idiot, we're lost now. Like, oof. No. Me, the skateboard yells, it's not my fault. Why would you say that? Zoe rolls her eyes. Just forget it, she says. The skateboard is really angry at your cousin. It spins around and quickly and begins strangling both of you. Well, how does a skateboard do that? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like walking around and stuff and is like actually sentient. I've been imagining it just like rolling around like a regular skateboard, just like hobbling up and down, like, "Hey, I'm angry. I'm going to strangle you now," or stuff. But I mean, I don't know. I guess your imagination can go wild. Luckily, it gets tired and stops after about 5 hours. Zoe is dead though. How are you not dead though? Like, how is my main character not dead yet though? Like, huh? Go to page 24. The skateboard. Or it is gone, and your cousin is nowhere. It's getting dark and cold. You want to sneeze, but you can't. You have to walk fast, but you don't know where. You try and ask the animals of the forest, but they are animals and bite you. Once they're finished finding your nerve, out comes trotting toward you a big undead man. Of course, you mutter, the zombies. Kid, is this adventure fun? Well, I mean, not for the main character. He keeps getting insulted all the time. The zombie lumbers along after you. A rainbow colored moose with feathers for antlers. Like a rainbow colored moose with feather ear for antlers. You try to pull its head off, but it's hard to get a grip when the beach is in your hand. Then you have a brain flash. Okay, so apparently, okay, I did meet the magician, but who's the Great Dane in a vest? I didn't meet her, but guess I should. You pull out your magic sword and shake it in the air. The zombie cowers and the sweet smell of fear blasts you in the face. You start laughing like a maniac. Then, just as you're about to rip through its brain like a laser gun through blackness, you have a funny feeling. Looking down at the helpless former human, you can't help thinking it could use your help. I'm going to regret, you say, as you pull the zombie up with your sand. It smiles at you. It looks really relieved. Another zombie sticks its head out from beneath a tree. Then another. Wearily, they approach you. Soon you're surrounded by zombies, and they're not after your brains at all. They just want a hand. No, literally, they just want a hand. A sand hand. You decide to stay in Zombie Forest and assume the position of forest cop. Your job is to show school kids educational films and to stop campers from shooting up. It's a bad life and you don't like it, but the zombies need you and that feels nice. This feels more like a bad ending than a good ending. Ugh. Anyway, I'm not doing the bottom choice yet because I feel like that one requires context. So let's choose a different one. Now then, let's taste the Magic Man's food. Wait, whoops. Alright, let's see what happens if we don't take that. Your face is painted with Zoe's handprint, and you're very upset. You can't hit me, Zoe, you bellow. It's not funny or cool. This is the modern world. You need to respond with something other than, "That's mean!" Fine. Zoe dumps her expression. Fine, she says, find your own dumb ball, you big palooka. I'm out of here. You apologize faster than you can talk, but it's no use. Zoe karate kicks her way through the zombies and she's gone. Oh no, you're never going to make it out on your own. Your grandmother is stronger than you are. You're useless to your grandma and to everyone at school. Damn. Like, Jesus Christ. I think the AI is in a real salty mood today. No, wait, it was like that and the entire book. Like, seriously, it's like the AI is like, let's just keep insulting him. I think that I think that the AI is being put through the neural network generations of other Give Yourself Goosebumps books, and some of those are known for calling you an idiot if you make purposely bad choices. So I think that and considering the fact that there are so many insults in this book, I think that the AI is actually using predictive text from the bad choices that are so stupid that the book has to insult, has to reprimand for you and for you for that, other than the other stuff. So it's like half and half between them. So yeah, I think that's where it's coming from. All right, you don't have a cell phone. You try yelling, but that's stupid. Be less awful on page 53. You and your skateboard ride off quietly. A funny zombie chases you down the tunnel until it feels sore and it doesn't like anything about you. Now you're just wondering if you're weird. You feel bad for you. Do you hate me too? You ask the skateboard glumly. Yes. I mean, thanks for the honesty. You feel a little hungry as you continue down the dark tunnel. You can't help wondering what you're going to eat if you can't find a way out. Bats? You tell yourself that licking bats isn't so bad. It tastes lousy, but it doesn't taste anything like owl. You hate owl. Okay? You think it's hopeless when, suddenly, you see a flash of light in the distance. I think that's the end of the horror, you think horribly. It is! Or is it? A dragon blocks your way. He jangles you by your feel, and announces in a hiss. You know, too often human reason barely explains the way people's lives really are. Wow, a surprisingly deep beast. Barf hands, you reply. You're an idiot. Okay, that one is actually warranted. Who says that? The dragon drops you on page 40. Squoosh. Your eyes land in the pile of gloppy yellow gunk in front of you. Well, at least I can't see anything, you laugh to yourself. The creature gets angry and starts calling you mean names like bathroom boy and worst idiot. Guess he didn't like your joke. Oh! It hands you your eyes. I want you to watch me as I eat your face and hands. My hand faces me, but my hand is sand. And you say gently, Good, the dragon spits back. Yikes! Your only hope is to distract him. You start flashing him sweetly as he begins applauding you. You have weird baby stuff, he exclaims over and over with a grin. Wait, flashing? Oh no! Oh, you realize this guy is a Great Dane in a vest. I need to find the way out, you think. To play with the dog, turn to page 130. To run toward a loud rock, turn to page 81. Let's go with the dog. Oh, whoops. You rub the doggy on his scalp with your coarse, sandy hands. The animal grins and begins twisting and talking to you about his bowling league. You try to end the talking, but it just keeps going on and on and on. What if he never stops? You think, beginning to panic. The dog seems to enjoy your nonsense and gives you an unexpected present. A collection of high-end suitcases. Only place I'm heading at is school and probably later prison. You grumble, leaving them behind. But don't say that. You can't end up in prison if you don't do anything stupid. The tunnel has ended and you are proud. Zoe can choke on your wrist. Yes, that's a thing to be proud of. Zoe could strangle your wrist. Woohoo! On the ground near your foot, you feel a note from your mom. You peer at it with your one eye, and it reads, Could you be a dear boy and run to the store? I need liquid refreshment, but they have a thick accent and I am running out of time. You will obey me always. Love and games, Mom. Ugh, not very cool, Mom. You have a creepy story with tears and excitement. You can't do Mom helping. Oh my god, Mom helping. You swallow for no. Oh boy. Yeah, you swallow the note and put knowledge of its message in the don't think about again part of your brain. In other words, you forget it immediately. Now to step outside. The sun hits your face in woods. Wait. Ah, that was a little extra bit. What happens if I run toward the loud rock? You turn and sprint toward the loudest rock you can see. Ow! My ears! Cries the doggy as it scuttles off. It worked! You can do walking again, while kind of feeling guilty about the dog. Yay! Now page 65. Whoa. Well, you finally reach the end of the long, dark tunnel. Daylight pours down your back. It is definitely a moment. Yeah, so was the previous moment. That was a moment as well. Also, did you know that the sky is the sky? Wowee. You scan the clearing for your basketball, but you can't see it. No zombies either. You hear a loud plop in the water near the roller coaster. You glance at your watch. Water time, you think. To water's existence. Okay. A ghost horse gallops up to you and slaps you on the back. You're a terrible liar, Denny, it laughs, handing you a can of all natural cane soda. Yeah, let's just explain that we aren't Denny. What the hell is cane soda? I want to drink your sodas, you explain, but you should know that's not my name. You crouch down, expecting to be trampled. Oh, when the ghost horse gingerly places one hoof on your shoulder, you can drink the can of cola, it tells you, but only if I can call you Denny. You agree, and the beast talks to you for 20 minutes about surviving the fall with only a few flowers and a handful of dirt. What fall? We're lacking context. Uh, I mean, if it's talking about the season of fall, then that's a nice little feat. But if it's talking about surviving a fall, then also impressive. It turns out that Denny was the beast's son, and the two of them loved gardening. It is sad, but also boring. Well, I drank it, you laughed politely. I should really be getting away from you. Ew. The ghost horse looks hurt. I mean, you really couldn't have phrased that any differently. Like, I should go. Not, I should be getting away from you. Like, oof, you're not making friends that way. The, but you had enough, so I guess that means not good decision making. The, I bought this costume called Grief, it says, and I had hoped you could return it for me. Thanks for the soda! When the ghost horse finally leaves, you hear something splashing in the distance. Oh no, you think. Is that a monster? Find out loud on page 43. You hear a monster or something by the waterfall. It looks like a monster too, and you're starting to feel nervous. It's me, or the monster, you think to yourself as you start running closer. Your heart is beating like crazy as you approach the monster from behind. You pounce on the monster. Ah! It bellows menacingly as it falls face first into the water. You're on top of the monster now. It claws for its life, but it's no good. You're too big. It doesn't look like a monster up close, but you're quite scared, so you hold its head underwater until it stops moving. A struggle doesn't last very long. You dose yourself off before turning the monster around. It's so! She must have been playing a prank. You sure are hungry! Damn! Way to process that. It's like, oh my god. Oh, it's so. Oh, wait, I'm hungry. Like, damn. And you're even given the choice of process your emotions. Probably want to do that. You start to think about what you've done. Are you nuts? You need to get your ball and get out of here. The whole team is counting on you. Brad is counting on you. And you're going to waste time thinking about the past. Holy shit, this is. Oh, nothing. Do you really think that's wise? Nothing good will come from blaming yourself. Trust me, there's just no point in getting hung up on one mistake. It's what you do next that counts. You've already lost your cousin. Do you want to lose the big game too? Of course not. Get something to eat. You'll feel better. I promise. Um, Look, have you lost someone? I. Oof. I mean, at least now we have that grief costume for the horse, am I right? Let's just find. You decide to grab a bite to eat. It's hard for you to focus on finding your ball and a way out when you're starving. Also, your hands are made of sand. I love that it's just like I'm mentioning that, like, oh, also your hands are made of sand, but don't just laugh there. Is that an orange tree you see in the distance? You reveal an orange can really hit the spot. You run through the dense grass to the tree of your dreams. Hundreds of oranges roaring with flavor. You can almost taste them with your mouth. Sweet. Then you notice something hanging from the tree next door. Green pears, one of your favorites. The sugary juice of the pear belongs on your tongue. It really does. You have two colorful fruits staring at you, but for some reason you can only eat one. How will you choose? Oh, did you tell the ghost horse your name was Denny? I did not. I explained my name wasn't Denny, so let's just go to page 109. The only thing you love more than honesty is pears, so you eat the peanut-shaped choice. You know, pears do kind of look like peanuts now that I think about it, but it tastes funny, like graveyards and Derek's breath. Who's Derek? It makes you weak, and now you understand why Derek cries. You're about to throw the pear at a squirrel when you realize your hand can't move. Perfect! That saved the squirrel. Like, why would you throw a pear at a squirrel? What the hell? Like, something's wrong. Your hand is becoming smoothed and polished. The other hand, too. They aren't like sand anymore. They've suddenly turned into rocks. Like, all of a sudden, your feet feel heavy, your neck feels stiff, your whole body hardens. You thought lying was bad. Now you're bad to the stone. That pun was horrible. You idiots. My god, that was a horrible pun. We can't lie, though, so let's try and find some. Let's just roll with it. Hey, you're not Denny, the ghost horse says. Shouts, why would you lie? I'm also Denny. The ghost horse eyes you suspiciously. If your name is Denny, then you must have read the Goosebumps book. Don't make the firemen mad. What? Huh? What is this? It's okay. So, a quick look, and no, the book doesn't exist, so we have to guess. You don't really follow the ghost horse's logic, but you decide to play along. Maybe you'll get more soda. I'm a Denny. I've read it. Great, then you must know the name of the wizard that Sid and Jenna trick into buying them fireworks. Can you remember the answer or guess? Guess, just guess, because the book doesn't exist. If you think his name was Gribbin the Wicked, turn to page 20. Or Glump the Wizard. Well, I mean, it's probably Glump the Wizard. The wizard's name was Glump the Wizard, you tell the ghost horse. Correct, it cries. The clue is in the name. Obviously. You feel good for the first time. You really are a Denny, the ghost horse says, handing you another can of soda. Orange. You hear a splashing noise coming from near the waterfall, and the ghost horse jumps up with a start. It's probably just another zombie figure. You figure. The ghost horse tells you, oranges is the opposite of apples, and gallops away. You turn around to see what's wrong. Oh dear, you can't believe it. And then it goes on like that. What happens if I pick this? The wizard's name was Gribbin the Wicked, you say hopefully. The ghost horse lets out an unearthly moan. Is that a good thing? Wrong answer. It cries, you lied. The ghost horse is very upset. You decide to lie some more. But my name is Danny. Maybe you're. No, the ghost horse interrupts. I'll not listen to any more of your lies. It picks up the phone and slams it into to its ear. I'm going to tell your mom. She can pick you up. Tell your mom? Yeah, right. How can you get my mom? You ask with a wicked grin. You don't even know my name. I know it's not Denny. Why are you gulping? Denny is just one of thousands, of tens, of hundreds, of thousands of names. Names. Like, how would this horse know who to call? Your mom picks you up by your shirt collar and drags you out of the forest by your fear. He's a good kid, really, the ghost. Horse begins to say. I don't think you should be too hard. It's none of your business. You call her. When you reach the car, you see Zoe is already inside. She looks all worn out. I tried to run away, she whispers when you enter, but Aunt Mom was too fast. You drive in silence for a few miles before stopping at a drawbridge. A party boat full of old doctors is passing under. Your mom seems calm. She's used to this weird world. She should be respected and obeyed. Your mom, when we get home, you ask nervously, what happens to us? You were late to school, she says slowly. You know what that means. Your eyes widen until they begin to tear. Zoe gives you some tape. You didn't know what the hook looked like this morning, but you're about to find out. Oh boy. Anyway, let's just go on with this. So, let's see what happens if we told the ghost horse my name was Denny. You lied to the ghost horse for soda, and it told you that orange is the opposite of apple. Since the apple gave you sand hands, you think maybe an orange will turn you back. Hey, it's worth a shot. You begin biting the orange and swallowing the parts that get in your mouth. Slowly, the orange turns into nothing as more and more parts pass through your face. Before long, orange is gone and you have survived hunger. You glance down at your hands. They're back to normal. Your hands are pink meat and you love it. No, they aren't. I mean, my hands aren't. The characters probably are. Now you can find your ball and get out of here. You have a feeling that it's nearby. Maybe it's behind the orange tree. Brains. Oh no! A foul-smelling zombie is staggering toward you. Even worse, Zoe can't help. You're about to become zombie food. Brains. Disgust me, you scream at the sky. Hey, fill me with revulsion. Slime, gunk, slabs of rotting mounds. I know no fear, only the nauseous truth of my being. What? To scream more, turn to page on away, and turning to page 4 makes me scream more and louder. What happens? You scream, but you don't really give it your all. The zombie feels a little hurt that you don't consider this a loud screaming moment, and clutches its face with embarrassed claws. Yeah. Yes, so because we didn't completely destroy our throat, the zombie is sad. I'm sorry, you say. I'm really scared, I am. You scream again, for real this time. The zombie looks up at you and pretends to bow. Now, you place a hand on the zombie's shoulder, and it smiles shyly at your brain. A crowd gathers and music begins to sound. You dance with the monster, eyes locked, feet in step, twirling like a rodent in the sewer lights. Now you're the beautiful kid who made the zombies love you. The story is just beginning. Or is it? The end? There is never going to be a sequel to this. Ever. But what happens if I really give it my all? Oh boy. What the fuck was... You scream as loud as you can. The zombie approaches you and clutches your face while you explain what respect is. This looks like the end, as you probably can't... Yuck, you hear the boy's voice say. He sounds cool. You turn your head cautiously. It's Brad, your best and only friend. Did somebody die in here? It stings. Ha 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 ha. Brad, the forest must be where he does smoking. Was that you screaming, nerdo? Help me, Brad, you laugh. I'm suffocating from ear to ear. You can see Brad is examining this weird situation for the best angle. You can also see a thing in his hands. It's your basketball, and Brad's found it. Brad sees your eyeballs on the ball. He smiles at you. You know what that means. It's on. Watch Brad work on page 37. Brad snaps into some sort of super magic. He gives the zombie a good one, 2 with his feet, before throwing the ball at his bony cheeks. The zombie slips. You're free. You pick up your lucky ball and pass the shot to Brad. He calmly throws it into a zombie's head and scores a point in your heart. You scored a point in my heart, Brad. Oh boy. Organs and fluids splash on your feet. You glance at him lovingly. Gender doesn't matter in this book. I wish It Lips was so easily smacked, he grins. You can jerk off to his winning smile later. What? You are the best, you tell Brad in a tight voice. Come on, says Brad, let's change this nightmare station. You and Brad soon find your way out of the tree jungle. Outside, a military helicopter is waiting for you. A huge cyclops jumps out and shakes your hand. Let's scramble some eggs, baby, he sneers, giving you a gun. Oh, we could just shoot him. You gun down the Cyclops and start shooting at the helicopter. Sports is now, mission is never, you say to Brad as the chopper buzzes away. You and Brad reach your school just as the game is coming to a start. Everyone starts cheering. Brad is here. You cheer too. No one asks about Zoe, which is good because you killed her. And you don't want to get arrested. Now then, let's go to page 134. The coach starts you on the bench, but you're on court long enough to assist Brad twice. You decide it's not really important how much points you score. You are a team player. You look down at the ends of your arms. About an hour ago, you thought your bony hands were totally lost forever. You're so glad you could slap high fives again and clutch your schoolbooks and shove chips down your throat. You could do everything that was slightly harder today, except when it wasn't. And boy, are you glad about that! The team wins, and you remember your mom is making you dinner. You are so excited to find out what schmear is, but you decide to spare your body the orange peels. You've had all the fruit you need for one day. Okay, then. What happens if I go on this mission? The pig kid is in, you say curiously. Time to practice games of blood. And the Cyclops opens the helicopter door, and you jump into the pit. Another monster is sitting at the controls. He nods at you with his large, one-eyed head. That's Kip, says the original Cyclops. I'm Fainter. Have I filled you in on the mission? No, not yet, you say. Kip pulls a big lever, and the helicopter enters the air. Remember, a few years ago when a vicious bird sprayed Government House with sprinkles? Fainter asks, twisting your hair. You nod solemnly. You've read that Goosebumps book. Sprinkle attack on Government House. Time. Well, now he's back. Chip turns around and looks you in the eye, and he's brought some friends. Get on page 126. Oh, 1,000 birds, Fainter says, shaking his head. Hundreds of thousands of sprinkles. You go. You desperately need more friends, but not the kind with feathers. The plan is to fly into the birds and kill them, Kip yells over the roar of rotating blades. Sounds like a good plan, you think. Once the birds are gone, Fainter continues, it'll be your job to kill me and Kip. That's where you come in. Ah, yes, once our job is done, just kill us. Not like we'll be needed for anything else. I mean, it's not like the bird could just come back with millions of friends. Just then, Fainter gets a call on his cell phone. He puts it up to his ear and grunts a few times. Your stomach tightens. Who could it be? Finally, he puts the phone down. It's the bird, Fainter says. He's thinking of negotiating, but he'll only talk to Kip. Kip rolls his eye. There's some history there. Ever fly one of these beasts? They ask you with his muscles. Obviously, you reply, desperately in need of looking awesome. You take the controls and barrel into a mountain. Well, at least you have completed the mission. You know, I'm kind of sad about this. I mean, this sounds like it could have been a great concept for a Goosebumps book. Too bad that's all it went for. Alright. Now then, is there anything else I need to do before I do the whole stay-at-home thing? Okay, let's keep going. Oh, to be a coward, turn to page 6. Wait a second. Oh, wait, I already did that. Okay, so otherwise, turn to page 16. You decide you're not that hungry. You collapse to the ground and begin cowering like a wormy rat before any of the actually scary things happen. What are you doing? Zoe asks. A reasonable question indeed. I can't get away from a tree fast enough, you mutter, glancing back with the kind of terror only a real coward can exhibit. Your cousin looks disgusted. Like, it's a tree. It's a tree! The only thing that can move it is the wind, and even now, and it's not just gonna run after you. I mean, there's a sentient skateboard, but I don't think the tree would be sentient. You begin slithering away, a wimp, a giant exercise in quietly giving up, a voice of the kids who turned out afraid of any trouble at all. The tree shows its fruit with confidence as you sigh with jealously. As well you should. The tree is right. The tree is mighty. And you're a big cowering bag of gelatinous blobs with a small shaking skeleton in the middle. That is holy shit! That is actually the best insult I've ever heard. Put this book down and sob. You're not made for adventures. Oh my god, that was amazing. Okay. Alright, that's it. And see you all next time for the stay at home choices. Bye bye.